Agnieszka from Wodynat, and actually I'm really excited to be here in Budapest and have opportunity to talk with you for our interview series focused on burnout, the professional burnout. Andrea, you have worked in prestigious cultural institutions in Hungary, such as the Hungarian State Folk Ensemble, where you were a cultural organizer, yeah?
Yes.
The Central Europe Dance Theater and Bethlen Theater, yes, where we are right now, yeah, and as an application manager, yes, correct?
Yes.
And you also worked as a project manager at a landscape architecture office, yeah?
That's true.
Taking your whole experience, how do you think how burnout is seen in Hungary? Is it openly discussed or is it more of taboo topic?
Hello. First of all, thank you for the opportunity, because when you sent me your first email, I was so electrified, like, let's talk about it. Which means I think we don't talk about it enough, at least not in the artistic field. When I worked in the Hungarian State Folk Ensemble, it's a governmental workplace. All the other places that you mentioned are either owned by private people or it's landscape architecture office, it's also private, and it's different. So that's where I see the difference. We talk about burnout in connection with business, but not in connection with art. That's what I experience. I have some friends who work in, IT field, and there they have, because these companies mostly are international, so they have stricter rules how to deal with burnout. But in the art field, it is like, we work in the evening, starting with that. Not only, I work in the office during the day and I'm working with the shows during the evening, so it's not so easy to clarify where your borders are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a tricky question what burnout is in artistic field, to me, at least. So to sum it up, I don't think that it's openly discussed in art field at all.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you are the first person who asked me this question.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about it amongst ourselves in the office, but not with other companies, not with other organizations. Yeah, and I think that is much needed.
Okay. Could deeper emotional awareness among employees could help in preventing burnout?
Also that,
Mm-hmm.
but probably not amongst employees, but among the employer and the employees.
That's true.
Because the lack of feedback
Mm-hmm.
can easily lead into burnout. That's what I see around me, and that's what I experience about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a spinning wheel, and you keep working, and very rarely stop and see what you have achieved, and we get very little feedback. I think there is empathy amongst the employees,
Mm-hmm.
because we share the same difficulties.
Maybe communication workshops, such as those based on NVC, non-violence communication model, would be helpful in cultural institutions too in Hungary. Are such initiatives commonly practiced or maybe not real?
I would love to participate in a communication workshop, like inner communication, like how we deal with each other under a lot of stress, for example. because just today we start our festival, so the preparation phase is very intense, but the festival itself will be very intense as well, and we try not to use harsh voice with each other, for example. You know, it's like a little bit in the kitchen, the chefs, like there's no time to express yourself kindly, you just say very quickly what you need.
Yeah.
But then it's art, so we should be able to handle situations like this. So I would love a communication workshop.
And do you see potential in combining artistic and physical activities with stress management as a tool to prevent burnout? Do you believe it could work also for people who are not artists?
Yes, very shortly. Once I participated in a drama workshop, let's say drama psychology workshop, where we went through a lot of situations with movement. Though people who were there were not artists, so we didn't go there as people who are in art, but simple people from the street. The method was movement, sound, colors,
senses.
Yes, the senses, and experiencing the situation from another point of view helped a lot, actually. So I see it very relevant. So you don't have to be an artist to use art as a tool.
It's our first language. Not our voices, but our bodies, our senses, our feelings, our emotion. And when we have opportunity to being just in different situation and to learn how to be there, I think is the one of the most important thing. Okay.
Something just came to my mind, sorry.
Yeah.
There was this game, there was this situation where we tried exactly what you are saying. Like one person was lying on the floor and another one had to cross the other person's borders, like trying to see where the borders are. So the task was to show your borders to the other person that they can see it. Because what I experience in my daily life, that I have something in my mind but I told them that I want to go home earlier.
Yeah.
But I wrote that email that I'm so busy that I need to have an assistant or something. But we don't make sure that the other person gets the message. So my borders are visible or not. That's what we should learn better, I think.
Do you have any personal strategies to, that worked especially well?
I prefer to stick to my borders. We had a workshop on that, actually. It is called Hunting Territory, and it was developed by two Hungarian specialists. And the technique is that it's two people whose territory touch within work. They sit down and collect the points, like, okay, what do I think? Where does our task touch? I write it down, you write it down, and then we talk about it. And it turns out that we do the same thing parallelly. We shouldn't. If one of us does it, it's enough. Or nobody does it because we think that the other person does it. So, and then we write it down, put it on paper, sign it. It's kind of an agreement.
Yeah.
So afterwards, we work according to that agreement. So the territories between the employees become very clear. Very clear. So I like that. And we use it, and that helps. The other thing that helps me preventing burnout is that we also meet after working hours. we become more tolerant if we don't only talk about work.
Mm-hmm.
We eat together in our lunchtime. Sometimes we go on holiday together. Yeah, sharing personal stuff helps me a lot.
Is there anything you'd like to add about your experience with burnout or ways to prevent it? Or maybe perhaps you have some advice for the new generation entering the professional world?
Have an open conversation in the very beginning. That will be very useful, because sometimes we imagine what the other person wants from us, our employer, our colleague, the artist, for example, when I'm in the office. So if you have it cleared up and agree on, okay, I will work with you for 1 week and then I have to go on holiday. Is it okay? Yes, it is. Then clear. So yeah, have an open conversation in the beginning and ask back. Ask back, because that is the mistake that I made many times, that I thought that they understood me.
Thanks again, and see you in next episode. Take care. Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you. Good luck.